What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Your everyday math tutor here, and in today's problem we have a particular markdown problem here. Let's go ahead and read it. A store advertises a 20% markdown on a dishwasher that normally sells for $952, and the question is, find the price on sale. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be asking ourselves is, what is it asking for? It's asking for the very final price after the markdown, okay? But we don't know what the markdown is. That is what we're going to have to look for first. So we're going to go ahead and write down the markdown equation. Getting ahead of myself here. Markdown is equal to percent times the original amount. Okay. Now, obviously, we don't have the markdown yet, so we're going to go ahead and rewrite markdown. And then I ask my students, do we have a percent? Yes, it does. So we're going to underline that percent as 0.20. If they don't know how to, or if you guys watching the video, if you're in 7th grade or 8th grade, and you're learning about markdown and markup, if you don't know what 20% is as a decimal, all you'll do is divide 20 by 100 and you will get 0.20. So let me write that down. 20% is rewritten as a decimal. If you don't know, it's 20 divided by 100. It will give you 0.20. Okay, so now we have written our percent, and now all we have to do is multiply by the original amount. And of course, the problem tells us that it normally sells for $952. That is the original amount that the dishwasher sells for. Now, the markdown, really quickly, the markdown is actually not the final price. It's just how much it's marked down by. So if we get our calculators and we do 0.20 times 952 times 952, it'll give us $190.40. That is the markdown. That is what is going to be taken out from the original amount, or be subtracted from the original amount. So we're going to write 952 minus, let's say, the markdown is equal to the final price, or even the sell price sometimes we can write it as. Okay, so $952. The markdown was $190.40. Minus $190.40. And we'll get our calculator and say 952 minus $190.40 is going to equal $761.60. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your final price. So really quickly, the first thing, just to kind of run down everything we just did, it gave us a percent, so we would immediately write down over here a percent. It gave us an original amount. The key word here was normally sells for, so that originally sells for $952. So we will write that down over to original amount, and that will give us a markdown. Okay, the markdown is not the final price of this dishwasher. You're going to need to subtract from the original amount in order to get the final price, which we found to be $761.60.